a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 FM.
Good morning and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM. Today, the 13th day of September 2023. Today is Wednesday, and the time is a minute past the hour of 7. And it is time for newspaper headlines on Abona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, the Punch newspaper, the Nation. We are also going to take a look at Leadership newspaper, Vanguard, Daily Post, Sun, This Day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS on WhatsApp or SMS messages on 0096661035. We are working on Facebook. Very soon you can join us on Facebook as well. You can also stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Yoruba, better within Nigeria. Commission tells regional nationalists. NAFS strikes kill ISWAP, Boko Haram terrorists in Brunu. MTN laments vandalization of sites, infrastructure, others in Southeast. Sule distributes palliatives in Nasarawa to avoid diversion. Obase panel halts conspirators in alleged 7 trillion naira frauds linked to Emefiele. Obase panel hunts conspirators in alleged 7 trillion naira fraud linked to Emefiele. 2 years after, cargo movement begins on Apapa Ibadan, $1.5 billion rail line. United Nations partners Brunu NEDC to resettle 2.2 million internally displaced persons in Northeast. Delta Assembly decries alleged killing of farmers by herders in Abraka. Nigeria needs more non-kinetic strategies to curb piracy, says NIIA DG. Bandits sack 15 communities in Taraba. Monarch laments. New CBN circular stops banks from spending gains of forest revaluation. Concerns over activities of traders quarters on Lagos Badagry Road. UNGA, World Health Organization, urges world leaders to commit to pandemic prevention, preparedness, response. Anambra non-indigens condemn criminality, tag, neglect. Institute 6 building code to check collapses. United Nations urges increased connectivity as global offline population drops to 2.6 billion. Mba to construct 20,000 housing units for workers. West African CSOs seek peaceful resolution to Niger crisis. Tinubu orders probe of Niger, Adamawa boat mishaps, mourns victims. Expert woos European investors to Ogun trade zone. Tinubu directs immediate payment of deceased soldiers' insurance. Group canvasses decriminalization amid 703,000 yearly deaths from suicide. Group canvasses decriminalization amid 703,000 yearly deaths from suicide. UBA records 371% growth post 404 billion naira PBT in H1. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Niger to invest 1 trillion in infrastructure. Niger to invest 1 trillion naira in infrastructure. Police arrest 22-year-old for car theft in Lagos. Group 6 zero tolerance policy, prosecution of Randy lecturer. Mowe of Father Road to be ready in October, says Abiodun. Tribal tension threat to national unity, expert warns. Tribal tension threat to national unity. Assembly summons LAMATA over non-use of Yoruba in train broadcast. O2 imposes curfew on warring communities in Cross River. Lagos advises residents on precautionary measures. OMIS plans a summit for better maritime industry. KCOBA president decries leadership quality in Nigeria. Akwa Ibom collapsed building. Council disowned building engineer calls for his prosecution. Oil theft. Oil theft. Defense Corps parades 10 suspects, seizes 28,225 liters of illegally refined diesel, impounds 9 vehicles. NIS has cleared almost 60,000 backlog passports in 4 days, says federal government. Reps panel orders suspension of demarcation of Nigeria-Cameroon border communities in Adamawa State. Reps order suspension. United Arab Emirates visa ban lift. Return of Volkswagen firm. Federal government intervention targets 1.3 million MSMEs in 17 states. FCT. 9 student teams emerge from National Innovation Challenge. Akwa Ibom Lords SON for boosting states agenda. Akpabio Mons Akintola says Nigeria lost an icon. Appeal Court President tax personnel on maintenance culture. CBN directs banks to stop spending FX revaluation gains. And that's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning.